One more minute. Can I start? Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Vande Guru-paramparam. Hari Om, everybody. I suppose all of you had wonderful Dasara days, and welcome to another lesson. Deepavali, I suppose, and we can wish each other well, maybe in the coming Sundays. Now, before I start on the Upanishad Vakyas, there was a question, I believe, from Sumaji, which I will address, and then we will go on to the Upanishad Vakyas. The question is related to the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the 4th verse of the 9th chapter, I believe. The verse reads, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matstani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. Incidentally, is Sumaji there now? If she is not there, I would better answer this question of hers when she gets back. How will I? Can you unmute everybody? If Sumaji is there, not there? Okay. So I'll answer this a little later. Brahma? Yes. Right. Now I'll go to the Upanishad Vakyas. Last time we stopped halfway through the Mandukya Upanishad. Now we'll continue that. From the Mandukya Upanishad, we have a couple of mantras which we will do, and then we will go to the Mandukya Upanishad. Vedanta Vijnana Nischitardhaha sannyasa yoga yataya shuddha sattvaha te brahma lokeshu parantakale paramruta parimucyanti sarve. What it says is Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitardhaha, like we have been picking up the Vedanta Vijnana through the Gita and some other related texts. That Sunishchitardhaha, very well ascertained. That's not good enough. That's only an input to the intellect. How about your Anubhava? Sannyasa yogat yatayaha shuddha sattvaha. You have tried to make what you have understood your own. You tried to be what you have understood. Te, those people, Brahma lokeshu parantakale, paramruta parimucyanti sarve. Then there is, for those people, there is no return to the sorrow-ridden samsara. They will be merged in the Parabrahma, which they have been seeking all along, and they will enjoy being there. Now, another mantra is, what happens to their identity? I have been a sannyasi, I have been this, I have been doing pravachana, my name is this, I have been that tall, I have had this so much of following, and I was venerated, and I had thousands of followers. Everybody has been doing JJ to me. What happened to all those? When you have merged yourself in Brahma, all those things simply vanish. How they vanish is given by this mantra. Yadha nadyasyandamanah samudre astam gachanti nama rupe vihaya तथा विद्वान् नामरूपाद् विमुक्तः परात् परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्. Simple. See, the Upanishad mantras are very, very simple. And these have been given by the rishis of yore for the disciples of yore. And the disciples of yore did not have any knowledge of the kind of modern world in which we are living. And the rishis also did not have any knowledge of the modern world in which we have been swimming. Very nice that they did not have any knowledge of this dirty world. So, what is the example given by the rishi? Like even so many rivers, when they enter the ocean, what happens to the name of the river? What happens to the nama, rupa of the river? I am great, I am Ganges, I am Sindhu, I am Yamuna, I am Brahmaputra. This kind of a thing is simply knocked off. Nama, rupa, vihaya. Nama, the name, rupa, the form, is gone, is dead and gone. So too with people who have merged themselves in Brahma. The one which they are seeking, when they have merged themselves into that, their nama, rupa is gone. Okay? The Upanishad, which has one of the Mahavakyas, Ayamatma Brahma is the Mahavakya. Ayamatma Brahma means what? This Atma. This Atma. This Atma means my Atma, your Atma, this Atma. What I am seeing, this Jiva, this Jivatma, I am Atma Brahma. This Jivatma is indeed Brahma. The mantra says, Sarvam Hyetad Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, Soyam Atma Chatushpat. That is what it says, okay? Mandukya Upanishad says, this Atma is indeed Brahma. And Mandukya Upanishad is a kind of an exposition on the Omkara. Okay? That is how it says. Soyam Atma Chatushpat. Chatushpat means the fourth part. that kind of a thing. Now, there is a beautiful mantra in the Mandukya Upanishad. Incidentally, Mandukya Upanishad is a very small Upanishad. It has only 12 mantras. Like in the Gita, you have the Purushottama Yoga, which has 20 mantras, and the Bhakti Yoga, which is also has 20 mantras. This has got even less than that. Simple 12 mantras. Out of the 12 mantras, there is a beautiful mantra which which strains to depict Atma as to what it is. And to depict Atma as to what it is, it must be said in the wake of our available knowledge. Our available knowledge means Rishi has been telling the disciple, whatever is the knowledge content that he is resident with that he must be able to understand. So the Rishi is saying beautifully, Nanta prajnam nabahi prajnam no bhayata prajnam na prajnanaganam na prajnam na prajnam adrushtam avyavaharyam agrahyam alakshanam achintyam अव्यपदेह्यम् एकात्मप्रत्ययसारम् प्रपञ्चोपशमम् शान्तम् शिवम् अद्वैतम् चतुर्थम् मन्यन्ते सात्मा सविज्ञेयः. That's what I have described, my dear disciples. Sa Atma Savijnayaha. That Atma is to be understood and made your own. That is the import of this mantra. What it says is, it is not of the nature of Antaprajna. Antaprajna is what? Like Taijasa. Where do we pick up this Taijasa? Virat, Taijasa. Where?
In the Tattva Bodh with respect to the different shariras?
We have covered. Taijasa. When you go to sleep, and who is awake in you? That Taijasa is awake. Nanta prajnam, it is not that Taijasa. Na bahi prajnam, when you are listening to me, your bahi prajna is evident. It is not even that bahi prajna. It is not the Jagrat Prajna. Nabahi Prajnam. Jagrat Prajna is called what? Vishwa. Okay? No Bhayata Prajnam. Not that it is a kind of mixture of both of these. It happens once in a while when you are about to wake up. You have been part of a dream and you are thinking of continuing the dream, etc. You are half using the Antaprajna and half using the Bahiprajna. Taijasa and Vishwa are both available to you. And the Rishi is saying, no Bhayata Prajnam, it is not a mixture of these two. Na Prajnam, it is not that as though it is Prajna. It is that knowledge. Okay? Na prajnana ghanam. It is not as though the solidified knowledge. It is not as though the knowledge which has to manifest itself. Na prajnam. Not that it is not prajna. Na prajnam. Adrushtam. Adrushtam means it cannot be seen. Avyavaharyam. It cannot be transacted. Agrahyam. It cannot be obtained through the indriyas. Agrahyam, alakshanam. For it to be known, there must be some lakshanas. And our mind is trained to pick up some object, something, through the lakshanas of that object. It is tall, it is fat, it is round, it is fair, it is fragrant. That kind of a thing. None of these lakshanas are available to that. Alakshanam avyapadeshyam. You can't have any description of this to be given to others to convey the meaning of what Atma is. Ekatma, that is the only Atma. There are no several Atmas. Nehana nasti kinchana, there is nothing, there is no difference here whatsoever. There are no other Atmas. There is only Atma. There is only one Atma. Atma pratyayasar. It is the essence. It is the essence of being. Prapanchopashamam. After having been this, not knowing this, after having been this, what happens is prapancha upashamam. As though the Jagat vanishes. As though the Jagat vanishes. Prapanchopashamam, like when you wake up, your dream vanishes. Right? In the terrible dream, a tiger was about to pounce on you, and you got frightened, you woke up, and your tiger, that frightening tiger, has vanished. That forest in which you have gone there to pick up something, that also has gone. Prapanchopashamam shantam. Peace. It is one of eternal peace. Shivam, it is very auspicious. Advaitam, not that there is another like this. Advaitam, there is no second one at all. Chaturdham manyante, this is said to be the fourth part of Om. Okay? That Atma, sa vigneyaha, that Atma is to be known and is to be, your effort must be to be that. Okay, now we go to the Taittiriya Upanishad. Like I was saying, Mahavakyas are many. Okay, but the Pandits have picked up the 4 Mahavakyas of which we are aware. Now, kind of Mahavakyas are rolling into this Taittiriya Upanishad. From out of that, they are rolling out. ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परम् तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा यो वेद निहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति तस्माद्वाये तस्मादात्मन आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरापः अद्य पृथिवी पृथिव्याम् ओषधयः ओषधिभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः Savayesha Purushoannarasamaya. This is one of the lessons in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Okay. Brahmavit apnoti param. The Brahmavit means the knower of Brahma. Knower of Brahma is not merely trying to know like we have been trying to know. It is one of being. Brahmavit. Apnoti param, he will attain to the param. Tadeshabhyukta. This has been said. This has been said is what? The Rishi is telling the Sishyas. This has been said by our Gurus. Evam parampara praptam emam rajarshayo viduhu. Kittappa also said that in the 4th chapter. Evam parampara praptam. Guru Sishya parampara praptam. Okay, that is how. Tadesha yukta. And what is the nature of this Atma? Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. That Brahma vidapnoti param was mentioned. And what is that Brahma? That Brahma is Satyam. It is that which is beyond any doubt. It is true. Satyam Jnanam. It is one of knowledge. Jnanam Anantam. Anantam is indicative of happiness. Okay? Anantam Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Thus it has been mentioned in the secret walls of the Vedas. So, Vishnute Sarva Kama Saha. The Brahmavita, he will become as though he has accomplished everything, as though he has cleared all his desires. Okay? Kruta Krishnaha Bhavati, etc. etc. That's how the Taitri. Another mantra from the Taittiriya Upanishad says, this Brahma cannot be obtained through mind at all. Whereas in the Kathopanishad and even in the Taittiriya Upanishad, elsewhere it is said, only through the mind it has to be obtained. What does it mean? Through a dirty mind, which maybe most of us will be having now, it is non-obtainable with a pure mind. Sannyasa yogat yatayas shuddha sattvaha. That mantra we have covered in the beginning, in the Mandukya Upanishad. Vedanta vijnana sunishchitardhaha sannyasa yogat yatayas shuddha sattvaha te brahma lokeshu, etc. We have covered that mantra, isn't it? That kind of a thing. When you have a mind like that, this Brahma is obtainable. You can be that. Otherwise, no. So, the mantra says here, Yato vacho nivattante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan na bibheti kutasya neti etaham navavana tapati kimaham sadhuna karavam kimaham papamakaravam Yato vacho nivattante aprapya manasa saha. That he has, okay? He is supposing you have been that Brahma, which is non-obtainable through a dirty mind. Yato vacha. Vacha means the word, the walk. Vacho nivartante. The walk bounces back incapable of obtaining that Brahma. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya. Not obtaining, unable to obtain. Manasa saha, even together with the mind, it will bounce back. And what you have to know? Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. Vidwan, the one, the sannyasa yoga yuktaha, yataya shuddha sattvaha, Mandukya Upanishad. That kind of a person, however, Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. When he understands Brahma and becomes Brahma himself, then there's nothing like a division between knowing and being. He has known and he has been. He has been that. Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. And that kind of a person, Nabibheti kutasya neti. He does not fear anything at all. Why he does not fear anything at all? Because he does not see a second thing at all. Advaitam. Anything he sees is Brahma. Anything other than himself he sees is Brahma. So where is the question of when you see yourself, you don't fear yourself, is it not? Nabhibeti kutasya neti etaham vavanatapati kimaham sadhuna karavam. He does not have the guilty feeling. Hey, why didn't I do good things? Why didn't I do punya karyas? That kind of a guilty feeling he will not have, because he has become punya papa atitaha. Kimaham papamakaravamiti. Why did I do all these papas? That kind of a guilty feeling also he will not have, because he has gone beyond the karma phalas. That is one mantra of Kriya. Yeah. Then there is one Taittiriya Upanishad has got a kind of three parts. There are, each part is called chapter Valli. One is Shiksha Valli, another is Brahmananda Valli, a third one is
Bhruguvalli.
Bhruguvalli, correct. The third one is Bhruguvalli. Bhrugu is one of the rishis. One of the rishis who wanted to know what is Brahma. And his father apparently was Varuna. Varuna. In the Bhagavad Gita also we have come across Varuna. Varuna, Yadasanam Varunaha. That's what in the Vibhuti Yoga Kataka mentioned. This Bhrigu approaches the father and asks him what is Brahma. Then the father advises him to do thus. What he says is, the Guru says, Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayancha bhisham vishanti tadvijignasasva tadbrahmeti. Hey, Sani, you wanted to know what is Brahma, and that Brahma is what? Yato va bhutani jayante. From that Brahma, all this has become manifest. Yena jatani jivanti. After having manifested, they are sustained. Yena jatani jivanti. Yat prayantya visham vishanti. And afterwards, they enter only back into that. Tad vijijnasasva. Understand that. Tad brahmeti. After you understood that, understand also that that is Brahma, which you have been seeking. And your question was, what is Brahma? You wanted to know what is Brahma. That is Brahma. Then he is advised to do tapas. Tapasa Brahma vijijnasasva. With tapas. Tapas means you have to do contemplation. You have to do vicharana. You have understood something. And did you digest what you understood? Have you made an effort to be what you understood? And you have to be what you understood. That is the ultimate success of your sadhana. That is how Bhrigu has been advised by Varuna. And Bhrigu keeps on doing tapas. The first time he does tapas, he comes to know that Annam Brahmeti Vijanat. He comes to know Annam is Brahma. Then goes to the father. And father says, no, that is not. That is not. And he says, Tapasa Brahma Vijijnasasva. You continue your tapas. Then Bhrigu does continue tapas, and he comes to know Pranam is indeed Brahma. Pranam Brahmet Vijanat. Then he goes back to the father. Hey father, Pranam is Brahma, is it not? The father says, no. You continue the tapas. Then he comes to know Mano Brahmet Vijanat. He comes to know that Manaha, the mind is Brahma. Again he was denied the yes by Varuna. Varuna says even the mind is not Brahma. You have to continue your tapas. He continues and comes to know Vijnanam Brahmet Vijanat. Vijnanam is indeed Brahma. He goes to Varuna again. Asks the father, is it not true that Vijnanam is Brahma? Father says no. Then he keeps on intensifying his contemplation and comes to realize Anando Brahmet Vijanat. Anandadhyeva khalvimani bhutani jayante Anandena jatani jivanti Anandam pratyabhisamvishanti Tadvijnaya. Afterwards, he comes to know Anandam is Brahma. And after that, when he comes to know Anandam is Brahma, and everything is born out of Ananda, and everything is he is merging back into Ananda, he does not go back to the Father. He does not go back to the Father because the answer he has been, not that he has got the answer, he has been the answer. He has realized that he is indeed Anandi. So, now, next one is the Aitareya Upanishad. Aitareya Upanishad gives us another Mahavakya. What is that Mahavakya? Prajnanam Brahma. Okay? That mantra which talks of this Prajnanam Brahma is Etkinchedam Pranijangam Pyapatatrichayaccha Tavaram Sarvam Tat Prajnanetram Prajnane Pratishtitam Prajnanetro Lokaha Prajna Pratishtha Prajnanam Brahma. The Guru tells the Sishyas that Prajnanam is indeed Brahma and try to know what it is. Okay. Then we go to the Chandogya Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad, the backdrop for this is there is a Rishi. His son was sent to the Gurukula. So his son was away for 12 years. And after having graduated from the Gurukula, the son comes back to the father, very proud and very haughty, bubbling with a lot of knowledge. He is kind of pumped up with knowledge, which he has picked up through the Guru at the Gurukula for 12 years. When he comes to the father will realize, hey, this fellow is kind of looking very vain. Let me ask him whether he knows that knowledge, having known which everything else is as well known. When he asks the son, hey, what all you have picked up, what all you have known in these 12 years, the son will narrate a whole lot of subjects of which he has become a master. Then the father asks him, hey, have you known that knowledge? Having known which, everything else as though becomes known. Then the Shishya, the son, you know what he says? This is where the ego play is very, very evident. The Shishya says, the son says, I don't think my Guru knew this, otherwise he would have told me. I don't think my Guru knew this. I say, your Guru may have known, but you have not grown to an extent of trying to know what the Guru has known. Guru has given you a Shishya what you had deserved. If you did not deserve the Atma Vidya, Guru has not given you the Atma Vidya. That's about all. How can you say that Guru perhaps did not know, otherwise he would have told me? Then the Chandogya Upanishad, this starts. It's beautiful. It has got 9 chapters. Out of that, some 4 or 5 chapters deal with a kind of a karma kanda. Afterwards, the Atma Vidya will start. Now, this father tells the son, hey, you know what? Yadha somyekena mrutpindena sarvam runmayam vijñātam syāt vācāram vikāro bheyaha mrutikeva satyam. Hey, take a lump of earth, And from this lump of earth, all known earthen pots, okay, plates, cups, all these things, spoons, all these things have been made from out of that. When they end their Namarupa, they get back into Mrittika, they get back into where they came from. That is how the Jiva also is. And saying that, the father tells the Sikhi, Satyam sa Atma Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. The son's name is Shvetaketu. Okay? This Shvetaketu is supposed to be the contemporary of Ashtavakra. Okay? There is an Ashtavakra Gita also. He is supposed to be a contemporary of Ashtavakra. Now that this Shvetaketu is instructed into the Atma Tattva. And while instructing, the father tells him, hey, you are indeed that. Sa Atma Savigneyaha. Iti, when he is saying that, Sa Atma, that has to be known. Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. Tat Tvam Asi. You are indeed that. Thus, the father tells Shvetaketu, this kind of a this Mahavakya, 9 times has been repeated throughout the Chandogya Upanishad by the father to the son. Why 9 times it has been said was, this is an Apurupa Vakya. Nobody will ever think that he is indeed Brahma. Nobody will ever think that he is that which he is seeking. And nobody will ever think that he is rid of sorrow. Nobody will ever think that he is Sampurna Ananda Swarupaha. And all these things, when you are said you are that, you will perhaps not believe. That is why 9 times it has been said. Tattvamasi Shveta. Oh. Another mantra. The father tells Shvetaketu, Yatra Nanyat Pashyati Nanyat Shrunoti Nanyat Vijanati Sabhoma Atha Yatranyat Pashyati Anyat Shrunoti Anyat Vijanati Tadalpam Yo Vai Bhuma Tadamrutam Yadalpam Tanmatyam. Hey Shvetaketu, where you see another, yatra na anyat pashyati, when you do not see, yatra na anyat pashyati, when you see, do not see anything other than yourself, na anyat pashyati, na anyat shrunoti, na anyat vijanati, other than yourself you do not know of anything else, then that is said to be, that is Bhuma. Bhuma is, that is Brahma. That is immense. That is infinite. Bhuma means infinite. Okay? Sabhuma. Whereas, on the other hand, the opposite. Wherever you see, another. Wherever you hear, another. Wherever you understand another being there, Tadalpam, that is very finite. Yo va bhuma tadamrutam, what is infinite is amrutam, that is immortal. And what is alpam is matyam, is mortal. That is beautiful. I think we will go to yes. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This is the 10th of the main Upanishads on which the Acharyas have rendered their commentaries. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Etan Gepet Asato Ma Gamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mruchyormamrutangamaya. Beautiful. Etani japet, you have to do the japa of all this. Japa means you have to do meditate on this. You have to contemplate on this. You have to make an effort to be this. What is all that? Asato ma satgamaya. The one you want to be Kittappa, isn't it? You are praying to Kittappa. Hey Kittaya. Asato ma satgamaya. From Asat. Please lead me to Sat. And what is this Sat and Asat? Who said this? Kittaya himself said. Where? In the second chapter of the Gita. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Ubhayorapi drushtoantaha. Tvanayo tattvadarshibhihi. Okay? That kind of a Sat I want to be led to. Asato ma satgamaya. From untruth, please lead me to what is true. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. From darkness, tamasaha. Tamasaha is darkness of ajnana. The solidified ajnana which I have been carrying for immense millions of births. Okay? All that please knock out. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Please lead me unto light, the light of knowledge. Mruchyorma amrutangamaya. From this death-ridden samsara, mruchoho. Mruchoho ma amrutangamaya. Please lead me to your nature, which is amrutam, which is immortal. That is now this we have seen the 4 mantras, isn't it? Mandukya Upanishad has given you that this Atma is Brahma. So Ayamatma Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma, that said. And Aitareya has said what? Prajnanam Brahma. Chandogya has given you what? Tattvamasi. Now Brihadaranyaka has given you what? Aham Brahmasmi. That is what? That mantra is here in this. Brahma va idamagra asit tadatmanameva vaitat aham brahmasmiti tasmat sarvam abhavat. This is that Mahavakya, aham brahmasmi. Brahma va idamagra asit means initially only Brahma was there. Initially, before the Jagat became manifest. Okay? That's what it means. Now, there is one chapter in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which is a kind of a dialogue between the husband and wife. Yajnavalkya, Rishi, she had 2 wives. One is Katyayani, another is Maitreya. Right. Maitreyi. One is Katyayani, another is Maitreyi. What happens is, this Yajnavalkya goes to the court of King Janaka. And King Janaka, and this Janaka is a kind of a generic name. The Midhiladhipatis, they're all called Janakas. One of the Janakas was the father of Mother Janaki. There have been other Janakas earlier and other Janakas later also. All those people are called Janakas. I do not know into the court of which Janaka this Yajnavalkya had gone. He goes with his chosen Shishya, and when he goes there, Janaka announces a contest. What he says is, there are 1,000 cows here in my cattle yard, and all those cows are decorated with their horns having gold sheets, and the bells hanging down from their neck, they are all made of gold, and their hoofs are made of gold, etc. Like that. And he says these are 1,000 cattle, 1,000 cows. These cows will belong to that person who becomes victorious in a debate on Brahma Vidya. And Janaka announces that there will be a assemblage of great Panditas, and Yajnavalkya also happens to go there. And when Janaka has announced this, the winner of this contest will take all these cattle. He will win all these cattle. Then you know what Yajnavalkya says? Very, very proudly. He tells his Shishya, "Hey Shishya, take all these cattle home." Now the contest has not yet started. Though the contest has not started, Yajnavalkya tells the Shishya, "Take these cattle home." Then the entire assemblage of Pandits, they raise a hue and cry. Then Yajnavalkya says, "Yeah, what is it you want to know? You want to have a contest with me on Brahma Vidya? You are welcome. But beware, none of you will be a match to me." And he lives up to what he has said. And Janaka says, "Okay, let the contest start." And every Pandit has been defeated by Yajnavalkya. Finally, there was a lady Pandit, Gargi by name. Gargi says, "Hey, give me a chance. I will test this Yajnavalkya. If he can withstand the test I am proposing, you cannot defeat him." And she poses a test to him, and he comes out successful. And Gargi says, "You cannot defeat him. You cannot defeat him." And then Yajnavalkya goes home triumphantly. Why I said all this is a prelude to his offering to take to sannyasa. He goes home, tells both his wives, Katyayani and Maitreyi, "I want to take to sannyasa. I want to divide the property I have equally to both of you. You please take one half each of you and relieve me from this grihastha. Then Katyayani says, "Okay," and takes one half and goes home. Whereas Maitreyi asks Yajnavalkya, "Hey, my dear husband, you are saying you will give me half of your property. Will that solve my problem of dukkha? Will that solve the problem of my trying to seek eternal happiness? Will it give me that total happiness? Will I get to know Atma Vidya?" Then Yajnavalkya says, "No." And then Maitreyi says, "Please teach me that." When she says that, the teaching starts. This is in one of the chapters of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And in that, he tells Maitreyi, "Hey Maitreyi, you think you love me. It is not that you love me, because by not loving me, you will be unhappy. You tend to love me. Same thing with me. I love you because not doing that, I'll be unhappy. I do not want to do anything which renders me unhappy. Same thing. You love your child, not because of the child is lovable, because unless you love the child, you will become unhappy. You want to render yourself happy all the time, so you will love the child. That kind of a thing continues. And towards the end, Yajnavalkya tells Maitreyi, Nava are bhutana bhutani priyani bhavanti atmanastu kamaya atmanastu kamaya, because the desire to satisfy yourself. Atmanastu kamaya bhutani priyani bhavanti, the other beings become as though desirable. Bhutani priyani bhavanti nava hare sarvasya kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. That atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati, because of the love for Atma, because of the love for yourself, everything else becomes as though lovable. Don't pride yourself that you love me, child, you love neighbor. No. All that happens because you love yourself. That is the fundamental requirement. If you do not have the capacity to love yourself, you become unfit to love anything else. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. And this Atma, what you have to do? Atma vam hare drashtavyaha. This has to be, drashtavyaha means it has to be read through the text. Shrotavyaha, it must be listened to through the gurus. Mantavyaha, this must be contemplated. Nidhidyasitavyaha, you must make an effort to be that. And that is the instruction by Yajnavalkya, and he vanishes from the samsara, Purastasrama, then afterwards. That is one of the mantras of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Yeah, there is another mantra. Yada sarve pramuchyante kamayesya hrudi shritaha adhamatyo amruto bhavati atra brahma samashnute. Yada sarve pramuchyante kamayesya hrudi shritaha, when the desires that emanate in the mind, hrudi means the mind, okay, the desires that emanate in the mind, when all those things have been, all the desires have been totally sublimated, then tadha Matsyaha, the mortal fellow, you and I, Matsyaha, Amruto Bhavati, he becomes immortal. Tatra Brahma Samashnute, then you have as though been that Brahma you are seeking. Till then, no. That means what you have to do? You have to get rid of all your desires. Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman Chaktva Sarvan Aseshataha Manasaivedriya Gramam Viniyamya Samantataha Shanaihi Uparamet Buddhya Dhruti Gruhitaya Atma Samstham Manakrutva Nakinchidapi Chintayet. Where is this mantra from? This mantra is not from Brihadaranyaka. This is from the Aranyaka of Kitaya, Bhagavad Gita. Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman Chaktva Sarvan Aseshataha. Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman. All the desires, because they have their origin in Sankalpa. When you keep on brooding over something in the Jagat, then there is a Sankalpa. That is looking very decent, very nice. Why not I make an effort to get it? Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman. There is a desire that is born. Kaman. Chaktva. Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman. Chaktva. Sarvan. Aseshataha. Those kind of desires. Sarvan. All those. Chaktva. Giving up. Aseshataha. Without any reminder. Because without any reminder, like Agni, if there is any reminder of that Agni, that will be the cause for a massive fire. Same thing with a reminder of a desire also. It will be the cause of a massive set of desires. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman chaktva sarvan aseshataha manasayvendriya gramam viniyamya samantataha shanaihi uparamit. Slowly you must come out of this craving for objects of the world. Uparama. Shanaihi uparamit, etc. That is what Kettaya's Prabodha was. And that is how the Brihadaranyaka, those mantras which I picked up, which I thought you would like, that's how. Now, there are some Upanishads, of which I think I have another 5 minutes. I'll cover 1 or 2 mantras of some Upanishads. One is Brahma Upanishad. Now, all these are available in different kinds of languages. The lyrics are available through Google. Okay, you can pick that up. If you want, I'll give you the mantra numbers. You please tell me next Sunday whether you indeed want the mantra numbers for you to continue your study of this. One of the mantras from Brahma Upanishad, it says, this kind of a mantra is available in other Upanishads also. Eko vashi sarvabhutantaratma ekam rupam bahudhaya karoti tamatmastam yonupashyanti dhiraha tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. Those people only will get Shashvata Sukham, not others. What is that? Who are those people? Eko vashi sarvabhutantara ekam rupam bahudhaya karoti. That Advitiya Brahma, if you have realized, and if you have realized that you are indeed that Aham Brahmasmi, then there is no Bhinnatvam at all. Such a thing happens. You will be a Sukhi, not others. Okay? That is one. That is the mantra. Another mantra is Atmanam Haranim Krutva Pranamam Chottaranim Ananirmadhanabhyasat Evam Pashyen Nigodhavat. That which is hidden. That which is hidden where? In the secret walls of your intellect. That is what is mentioned even in the Bhagavad Gita. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hruddeshedyuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rodhani mayaya. Is it not? Where is this mantra from in the Bhagavad Gita? Ishvara sarvabhutanam. In the 18th chapter. In the ultimate chapter of the Gita, Ishvara sarvabhutanam hruddeshedyuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rodhani mayaya. Then that kind of Ishvara, who is in your secret walls of the intellect, how will you unearth that Ishvara? This mantra says, Atmanam aranim krutva. Here Atma is the mind. Arani is what? When you want to generate fire. The olden days, even these days, Yajna, Yaga, when they do not use matchbox and things like that. What they do is Arani and Uttararani. Arani is the one, a block of wood, and Uttararani is the one, another block of wood which is kept above that. And these two will be Madhanam. There is a churning rod. The churning rod will keep on churning the wood, the Arani, and from the wood, the fire which is hidden in the wood as though that will manifest. The fire which is hidden in the wood will manifest. So too, Atma which is hidden in the intellect, in the secret walls of the intellect of you, I and everybody, that will come out. Uditavagati jwalaha sarva ajnana indhanam dahet. In the Atma Bodha we have seen Uditavagati jwalaha, that when you do that madhana, that churning, that jnana madhana, when you do that, when the jnana manifests, that will destroy sarva ajnana indhanam, all the causes for the jnana, they are totally destroyed. Atmanam paradim krutva pranamam chottararim jnana nirmadhanabhyasat evam pasyen nigodhavat. That is the prabodha. Mind you make one arani and pranamam cha uttararim, the top piece where the madhanam is to be done. You have omkara, uttararani. Dhyana madhanabhyasat. Dhyana, meditation. We talk so much of meditation, is it not? Okay, we talk so much of meditation, a lot of meditation, okay, and massive meditation, having a number of people, okay, 1 million people at a time meditation, all these things, they will have to be done with this in mind. Dhyana madhana bhyasat evam pashyet digodhavat. We have come to 8 o'clock. And just one mantra is there in the Upanishad, which I will cover. Then we will call it a day for today. Yeshu tailam dadhini vasatpihi apasrota swaranishu chagnihi evamatmanam jayate sau satyena tapaso yonupashyati. You have to understand, like even in the grains of the tila. Tila means the jingly seed. Tila. In that there is the oil is not manifest, but it is there. And how will you get it out? By madhana. Tileshu tailam dadhineva satpihi. Dadhineva satpihi means, dadhi means what? The curds. Okay? Curd is a byproduct of milk. Dadhineva satpihi means kshireshu satpihi, you can say. Kshireshu, from out of milk or from out of curds. What is available? The butter. Like even from out of milk or curds, in which you do not see the butter, but when you do the madhanam, churning, when madhanam is churning, you get you get what? The butter. The beauty of that butter is the butter which comes out of milk. When you drop that laddu of butter in milk, what happens? It floats in milk. It floats in milk, and unless you make an effort to merge that into milk again, it does not mix with milk. That is, milk can be equated to the samsara, and from the samsara, or it can be equated to the jagat. From the jagat, jnana madhanat eva atma labhyaha. Jnana madhanat eva. When you keep on doing churning for Atma Vidya, you will indeed get Atma. And that Atma will be like that laddu of butter. And that laddu of butter, when you drop into the milk, which is the jagat, which is the samsara, it will be floating in the jagat. It does not mix in the jagat. Not that it is not part of the jagat. It is as though part of the jagat, but it is disassociated from the jagat. That is how it is. Okay? Dadhini vasatpihi rotasasranishu chagnihi. Like even in the flowing waters, what is there? In the flowing waters, rushing waters, what is there? What? Simple jalam is there. sweet Ganga Maya. Ganga Mata is there. Ganga Maya is there. And in the pieces of wood, what is there? In any piece of wood, what is there? What is not manifest, but what is immanent in that, is what? Agni. And how do you get that out? By madhana. Evam atmani jayate. You have to get Atma from out of you. From out of you, you are an ajnani, and from out of the ajnana, as though the jnana comes about, that is how the Brahma Upanishad. We will continue from the Kaivalya Upanishad next Sunday. Okay? If you have any questions, please post them to Brahmara or put them in typing on the chat. I will try to answer it when I know. Okay? And Sumaji, when she comes back next Sunday, I will address her question of the 4th verse of the 9th chapter. I believe she got confused from the Tatparya of the 4th verse of the 9th chapter. I will address that. Okay? Right. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, everybody.
Hari Om, Nanna. Thank you so much.
Hari Om, Nanna.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Jai
Hari Om.
Gurudev.
We'll meet next Sunday.
Hmm.
Till then, all the best to all.
Jai Gurudev. Let's just close our eyes and reflect on what we have listened and understood, and we'll share our takeaways. Jai Gurudev. So the very beginning was the wonderful way in which a person who has become or who has realized what happens to his identity. Just like how a river merges into the ocean, does not have its identity. So same thing, the person's nama rupa dissolve into that infinity. And the Taittiriya Upanishad, with a beautiful dialogue between the son and the father, Varuna and Bhrigu Maharshi, where Bhrigu, the son, keeps coming back, telling his father, this is what I have discovered. I think, Annam Brahmeti Vyajanat. And then father says, no, go back and meditate. So he comes back and forth, I think 4 times like that. And finally, first he says Annam, then he says Pranam Brahmeti Vyajanat. And then Manas is Brahma, and then Vijnanam Brahma. And then finally, when he realizes that Anandam Brahma, he just remains, he doesn't come back. So once the person realizes and recognizes and becomes that, there is no return.
Can you please elaborate on Vigyan?
Vijnanam Brahmeti Vyajanat. That is, he understands that the intellect is the Brahma. Whereas Brahma is, as we know, is beyond that. Is apart from that. Although all of these require the presence of Atma in order to shine, but Atma is that which stands out alone, the one without the other. And in one of the Upanishads, I'm not sure which of those, says how this Atma has to be contemplated upon. Shrotavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha. And we need to listen about this. Only through the word can you reach there. Ultimately, even that gets dropped in when you do nididhyasana. Mantavyaha and nididhyasitavyaha. And I think in one of those that he describes, the father describes to the son, I think it is in the Chandogya Upanishad, where Shvetaketu, the son who goes and studies for 12 years and comes back, is a little haughty and vain. The father asks the son, tell me whether your teacher taught you that knowing which there is nothing else to be known. Then Shvetaketu says, I don't think my teacher knows this. That's why I'm not taught. Then the Chandogya Upanishad begins, and then the father tells the son, this is, he gives him the characteristics, the lakshanas of Brahma. And then he repeats Tattvamasi 9 times. Because it is such a profound thing, in the sense that you are that you are searching for. Therefore, it is repeated 9 times, Tattvamasi. Yeah, everybody also share.
The last part when he explained that the Agni is hidden in the wood. Likewise, the Jnana is hidden in Jiva, is it? That's what it meant, isn't it? The churning has to be there.
The Jnana, yeah. The churning is the churning of the churning is equated to Jnana Samuparjana, with the knowledge. Then that Arani, that the Jwala comes up. That is the Atma Jnana comes up. So this churning that we do is the Jnana Mathana. Because we need to put in that effort, no? So when you put in that effort, Atma is like how the Agni is hidden in the Arani, in the wood, the blocks of wood. Atma is there. It is like that. Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. Hriddeshe Janatishtati. In Bhagavad Gita, I think that is what Nanna had quoted. So Atma is there in the deep recesses of the heart. How do you let that manifest, in the sense? I may not be using the right term. It is not manifest. My Atma is always there, always present. But how does it come to our experience? Is when you do the Jnana Madhana.
That churning is needed, yes.
Churning of knowledge is needed.
Then only that
which is
fire
what
comes.
is that Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. When you do that, then that fire that is the Atma then becomes evident.
And
Otherwise, it is there. It is there. See, for a person who's not even exposed to this knowledge, Atma is there, no? Atma is there in him, in her. But it is covered by these several layers of ajnana, of avidya.
Ajnana, yes.
But for
Dark.
all of us who are exposed to this, there is a faint knowledge, we understand it from our intellect, from our mind, mental level, we understand. But it is still not completely like shining forth. Whereas for a jnani, that is all it is. Nothing else exists. So, for it to become for hardly a flame to a little flame to complete like the brilliance of several thousands of suns, that madhana is important.
He said that it is the Atma is hidden in the vault of your intellect. And the churning, you get the butter from your curd.
Yeah.
So that churning is that.
The
I
churning
guess
of that
it
wood,
also
wood
means
is really good.
purification of your intellect, right? True
Yeah,
knowledge.
true knowledge.
The churning of the wood, usually while doing yajna, I have seen it. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I have seen that the yajna is initiated by that fire, by that wood, churning of the wood. That arani means that jnana will come through that only. Oh, so good it is. All wonderful. The pure yajna, they do that with charan, this one. I think in Bahrain they have done it, I think, in the temple mostly. I'd seen there.
I think usually that is what, going by actual rituals, that is the paddhati.
That is the best way.
Mm.
And today, I'm just repeating that Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman.
Yeah.
Asheshaya. I understood today the meaning of Asheshaya.
Asheshataha.
Means, Asheshataha. It is just, desire is just like a fire. If you leave even a small kindle of that fire, again it burns. That if you don't remove it completely without not a kindle remaining, then the fire has extinguished. If we leave even a small spark of it, again it burns. That desire is like that. So if we have a little bit of desire, it just swallows. Oh, so beautiful that I understood today. Nanaji told that if you leave a small kindle without that shesha, again it burns. So that desire, it is like that. Wonderful. Very small meaning also, so good it is. I understood today that Ashesha, everywhere they will it is just like fire, it does go on burning and all that. But I got that clear today, that even if we leave a small kindle of the fire, it again starts burning. So desire is like that. So wonderful. So as we go on listening, we get so many clarity of
and that is jnana, isn't it?
Jnana. Yes,
that is why
manana, nididhyasa. So good. Repetition, abhyasa.
And in the Mandukya Upanishad, I think Nanna quoted the Mandukya also today.
Yeah.
The shortest Upanishad with just 12 mantras about the Omkara. That is the fourth state. It is Chaturtham Manyante. In that Omkara, you have the three syllables, A, U, Ma, and what remains in the gap between the two ohms. That is the fourth state. That is equated to Brahma, equated to Atma.
That is what Guruji said, no? The silence between that Om.
Yeah.
You occur the Om, and the silence what you get between another Om, that is Brahma. That is what he was saying.
Hari Om Brahmaraji, could you please elaborate that fourth part, that fourth one?
I don't remember the shloka that the mantra that Nanna chanted, and then I think we did this came in one of our Gita chapters also.
Yes.
About the nature of Omkara. I think in Akshara Brahma Yoga, I think it came. In that,
I think in 17th chapter, that is.
You had
Om
given
Tat
the
Sat.
Gopi and Krishna, between every Gopi
Correct.
there is a, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Gopika Antare Madhava. So that is the Madhava we have to hold on to, the one between the two Oms. The gap between the Oms, like how Sureshi mentioned. That is the fourth state. And that is the state of Atma. And in that,
Therefore,
I think it was mentioned
while
how...
chanting Om, while chanting, doing Kriya, we chant 3 times Om, no? So we have to give a gap between that Om, 3 Oms, and be in that silence. So that is Brahma. You breathe in and Om, and again breathe in and Om. No. You feel that silence, the gap. So immediately you need not do, breathe in and do the Om and give a little gap. Be in that silence mode and then again utter the Om, not immediate. I am feeling that now I am doing Abhyasa. Very beautiful knowledge we are getting it.
And I think Nanta Prajnam No Bhayata Prajnam Prajnana Ghanam Na Prajnam, all of that, the characteristics of Brahma, of Atma is mentioned there. As in, it is not the prajna that is there in the waking state, not the one when you are asleep, not even the one in... It is not a combination of these two. It is that which is indescribable. Chaturtham Manyant. It's a beautiful mantra. I think it's worth repeating and remembering that. So, on one side, it is said you cannot get it through the mind. Think of Yajnavalkya Upanishads. But again, I think in the same Upanishad, it is said it is only through the mind that you can get. So what is the meaning? Is that with a mind which is not clean, you cannot get it. But with a mind that has that Antakarana Shuddhi, then in that cleansed mind, you can then see, you can
That
be
is in
that.
Bhagavad Gita. Not in Upanishad.
Even in Taittiriya Upanishad is mentioned.
Mentioned.
Nanna in the very beginning had mentioned that, yeah. And then that story of Yajnavalkya, his 2 wives, and how he goes to King Janaka, and then those 1,000 cows that King Janaka says he will give whoever wins the debate. And Yajnavalkya tells his Shishya to take all the 1,000 cows to his ashram even before the start of the debate. He's so confident. And then everybody is defeated, and Maitreyi comes, his wife, and she says, I will put some questions, and if he succeeds in that, then no one can defeat him, and he comes out successful. The story of... So every Upanishad actually has a little backdrop. Like we have Kathopanishad, we have the story of Nachiketa. Chandogya Upanishad, we have the Shvetaketu and his father. Taittiriya Upanishad, Varuna and Bhrigu. So it's... And
so every knowledge has been camouflaged with a story.
there's a backdrop. And all the
Yes.
Upanishads are like a dialogue, no? It is a question answer. It's a question answer between the disciple and the teacher.
Yeah.
Again, underlining the Guru Shishya Parampara,
Parampara.
which is how we've got this. The Shruti is that which is heard and passed on, generation after generation.
Hari Om, even in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Asato Ma Sadgamaya Mrityu,
Yeah,
Tamaso
good.
Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityu
Yeah.
Ma Amritam Gamaya.
That is between,
It's so important.
that is where
for
Yajnavalkya and, yeah.
Yeah.
If you've seen again the Bhagavad Gita or Ashtavakra Gita, it is again question answers. When the question was asked, the jnana came out, right? And this you can relate to the kind of karma we talked about, Jnani. Only when somebody asks you, you do that karma.
Parecha Prarabdha.
Parecha, yeah.
Pranipatena pariprasnena.
Jai Gurudev, I was away on the TTC upgrade, HP upgrade. So I will attend this Sunday. So I just thought I'll let you know, Brahmaraji.
No problem. I will tell Nanna as well. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if no one has anything else to share, we'll close today. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.